Oh yeah, I got a new weapon.
Yes.
And I forgot to show my gear, so for the VOD watchers, I will do that immediately at the
I
beginning of the
can't carry
next run.
anymore.
What was I trying to pick up? That. Pith rune. Not useful. Okay. Hola, muchacho. So here's my weapon. I haven't changed it out yet. I have not made any effort to rack laying of hands yet. When I do, then I will change out this weapon and this glove. That's 40 run walk and 14 mana steel. I think my Venus Belt is best in slot for most builds in 1.07, simply because of the 40 run walk. Well, let me rephrase that. Most builds that I would use, then it's best in slot. There's some builds that other things would be better, but I would never play them.
Greetings.
If you don't know any better, you might think Ola is a really bad misspelling of Hala. Amulet. Let's see, what else? Oh man.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah. Okay, now I see everything. There's nothing to see. That's right. Hala muchacho.
Good day.
It's a lot of maximum damage. That's actually kind of funny. Oh man, maximum damage per character level and maximum damage. The required level is 37 though, so
Hello.
not useful for low level duelists. But it was still a funny looking item. And I did a run with Conviction Enemy. I wasn't paying attention to whether anyone had Lightning and Cold enchanted to see if the sword is noticeably better. Let's see, Doll? Okay, I don't craft Doll rune. I remember when I was a kid, uh, maybe elementary school, and Bob Dole was running for president, and I wanted him to win because his name was on all of my favorite fruits. Are you playing Fury in 1.07? Because then it gets 100% damage per level instead of 50%. And you could, if you wanted to, do the dual equip bug and make some completely busted weapon. Uh, so just a trivial example would be double IK Maul as your weapon for the Fury Druid in 1.07, and then you would probably like obliterate most things in one hit. Unfortunately, the IK Maul does not have sockets, so you can't just cram it full of whatever. I think if I reach level 85, then I might go ahead and try to deliberately, oh man, rack the Gladiator's Bane. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've never played a Fury Druid. I've never played most builds. Playing the various builds is not how I personally enjoy the game. So I pick a build that I can tolerate and then look for cool items. Naga, get out. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, razor bow. So current patch meaning 1.14 or D2R? A lot of crushing blow. So to get that crushing blow, are you wearing Last Wish? Doesn't that have like 60% crushing blow?
I am overburdened.
Okay, I need a heavy gloves.
What you need?
Yes. Oh, I saw, I think, assassin skills. 1 martial arts, 20 dex. Yeah, that's no good. No attack speed, no bugs. Life leech, 1 martial arts is not interesting. You want 2, preferably 3. What's the required level? 89. It's pretty high. Yeah, that's it.
Your presence honors me.
Mhm. I can definitely tell the improvement in the durability of my new weapon, since I'm not having to repair like every 3 or 4 runs. So that's nice. Let's see, jawbone, visor. I can look at hatchet hands. HC Classic. Yeah, I don't even know. Would that be Classic in D2R, or you would go like way back? Because I don't know what would be the best build for hardcore.
I am overburdened.
Definitely part of the idea for, ultimately I'm just posting what I play, but the part of the idea was nobody else really plays these old versions and posts videos on YouTube, so I don't really have any competition in this niche. Is this ethereal? There's a couple, but not many. It is not ethereal.
Good day.
I've seen most people that mention the barbarian for classic say that bone snap is going to be the best weapon, unless you find some really busted rare. Hello, Derek. We ended up getting, I'll say work was postponed today,
I am overburdened.
and so I had some extra bonus time. I took a nap. I went and ran some errands. I got my rent paid,
Carry anymore.
which is good because I wasn't going to be have good opportunities to be home to get the rent turned in. Five maximum damage, 28 life. No good. I have to, my rent is due by the 3rd, so I had a few days still. But yeah, we ended up leaving early because the ground was too wet where we were. And so we'll have to make it up tomorrow. But I'm already was scheduled to work every day the rest of the week anyway, including Saturday. So I'm happy to have been able to go home early and just work longer tomorrow. Like tomorrow was already going to be longer, so what difference does it make? And the difference is off today. I know some of the other guys don't like it because it's kind of a big waste of commute time. And I understand that, but it is what it is. I feel like there's probably stuff here that I don't see yet. So I'm gonna have to move a few items around.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, I think that's probably everything. The sorcerer's orbs do not get sockets in this version,
Stay a while.
I think. So far, my new sword is working out well. Uh-oh, that was spooky. My new sword is working out well. Dang, I almost died. Much less trips to repair. Much fewer. Greatly reduced. Oil potion. Okay. Griffin.
Overburdened.
Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Okay. Definitely interesting. It's always weird for me to see comments like that because I don't remember what I just said. It's like, yeah, that whatever I just said was super interesting. Because I'm not really paying attention to what I say. Article. Oh, the one I posted in the links on Discord, maybe? I'll be slowly posting more of those things in the links as I come across them. I'm not really like actively searching for useful links, but I'm in some other Discords where occasionally people will ask stuff and other people will answer. With either a link or an image. and I will be plagiarizing their help and posting them as useful links. I wonder, is that a bad word for YouTube? Plagiarize.
I am overburdened.
I know there's like words you're not supposed to say because they're anti-algorithm. And that seems like it could be one.
Good day.
I heard a jewel and a charm. And I almost died. I wonder if I switch this off and get rid of the damage reduced 30%, will they be killing me in one hit when they are might? Like that. Because I want to use Gladiator's Bane, but I might end up just stuck with Shaft Stop. Amazing clickery as always. Wow.
I can't carry anymore.
Picked up something I didn't want. Okozan Relic. Grand Charm. Jewel. Okay, I guess that's basically everything. Wait, what's this? Something is showing up. Okay, does it show up again?
I am overburdened.
No, you're not. Alright, that's everything. I need to mule off 3 life, poison damage. Atma. Let's see, we'll put these jewels back where they came from so that I don't turn them into crafted items. Here. No longer need that axe. So that's nice. Excuse me. Repair, since I'm in town. Apparently I need to gamble. So I'll gamble 4 circlets.
Desert rain.
One, 2, 3. 3. Four, 5. Five is 4. Acceptable. That's not spooky at all. I did not know that. I was unaware that modern versions of Classic, probably anything 1.10 plus, had synergies. So probably
Can't carry anymore.
none of the skills work the way that they do for me. They'll work more like what you're used to. Just the monsters will have less life, and you will do less damage. It's probably the main thing. I bet even Whirlwind attacks correctly, if that's how it is. But I don't know. I've never played Classic after 1.07 plus. Oh, so it's still just 2 frames per attack, no matter what. I know people like to use Bone Snap, which would otherwise be a really slow weapon. I wonder if there's Iron Maiden in the Chaos Sanctuary.
I can't carry anymore. Greetings.
But for me, the whole point of playing Classic is finding the cool items, and I can do that better in the older versions, I think. And so I have no personal interest in trying D2R Classic to see what the differences are. Let's see.
I am overburdened.
Well, pick it up so I can see if I see everything, please. Thank you.
Good day.
And since I already have some decent boots and belts, then what's left for me is rings and amulets. And potentially gems for using in later versions. I don't think they drop more gems than what I get here. I just think because I pick up less stuff, that's what makes finding gems faster in 1.0, where I do that.
Yes.
Does it let you proceed from Act 3 to Act 4 without killing Mephisto? Or the Council?
I am overburdened.
Ashwood Bow. I think I look at those.
I can't. Stay a while and listen.
6 maximum damage, small charm is no good. 2 combat, 2 berserk. Ding. Ashwood.
Good day.
Naga.
Good to see you.
I will at some point be messing around with rushing in version 1.0 to see how little has to be done to advance from one act to another. For example, I know to get from Act 3 to Act 4, you can send someone who has killed Mephisto down to Mephisto, and
I am
then the
overburdened.
bridge will open, and then you just open a town portal, and you don't even have to be partied,
I can't.
and everyone else can jump through the town portal and cross the bridge. You don't even have to kill Mephisto, the gate will just open.
Good day.
No council, nothing. So literally 0 quests. I would still do the Gidbent quest if I were rushing groups through Classic. No, not the bow. Let's go.
Yes.
I know that you can no longer kill the Cow King an unlimited amount of times. I think they changed that in like 1.05, but I'm not sure which version. I just really that's kind of a guess. I know in 1.06 you cannot kill the Cow King unlimited times and still make the portal. You only get to kill him the one time, and then you can no longer make the portal. However, um, you could do the infinite magic find and see if that still works. If magic find is still kind of linear in classic, or if they made it diminishing returns. And if it's still kind of linear with breakpoints, then you could get an SOJ that way. Yeah, I remember in 1.09 being able to make the cow portal was kind of a big deal. And I would make games called like Cow Runs 1, you get leg, I make. And then I would just leech, because that's all I knew how to do. .36 to attack rating, that was a perfect roll. But no suffix, so no good. Without Magic Find, I would farm SOJ specifically only from the Cow King.
Yes.
Otherwise, just play a lot. Or gamble if they haven't changed gambling. Then you could trivially gamble an SOJ. 1 in 100 odds for a unique, and it won't give you a unique that you're already holding. I think it's 1 in 100. Whatever it is, it's pretty low. Like, it's easy to gamble for uniques. It might even be like 1 in 25.
I am overburdened.
Let's see. One to passive and magic. I keep all skillers. But yeah, I would farm Cow King or gamble for SOJ. Bolts. Ugh.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, you can get rid of that. Let's see.
I can't carry anymore.
Let's get rid of some of this trash. The exploding potion is a consumable, so I pick exploding potions. You can also buy them in Classic. One druid, 2 tornado. Yeah, but who knows what changes they've made for D2R Classic. I am not that person.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, Ring and Maiden Javelin.
Good to see you. Good day.
Coming up on 60 hours of on the run counter. With the highest rune being Vex. Amazing. Kids these days don't know how good they have it.
I can't carry anymore.
Which ring? You could, in theory, shop a Cruel Colossus Blade of Quickness and then get 4 sockets on it. Larzak will occasionally upgrade the swords in his shop window to elite tier. And then you'll have a 1 in 4 chance of 4 sockets with a 1 in 4 chance of 3 or 2 or 1 socket. I do not envy that quest if that's the route you choose to go.
I am overburdened.
No. In 1.09, Larzak will give it 2 sockets or 1 socket. In 1.09, you use the 3 gem recipe. I think it's like 3 chip gems to make a magical sword. With 3 sockets in it. In 1.10a, I think, there's a recipe that makes weapons with up to 5 sockets, but it, I think, sets the item level to 1. And so I believe Cruel becomes
I can't carry
unavailable.
anymore.
Even if you have a really good Q level. Whatever Q level is, I don't.
I am overburdened.
Alright, let's get rid of this stuff. But I haven't looked into that too much. So I'm definitely not a authority on that information. I'm basically just making stuff up. Except that I know the 5 open socket recipe does exist. On a magic item. Magic weapon. Ital V. What's the jewel? 4 energy. Yeah, the only version that Larza gives too many sockets in is 1.07.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. Good day.
And circlets will not get 2 sockets or 3 sockets until 1.10. Before that, they only get 1 socket. That flanged mace, I thought I was picking up a fanged helm.
Stay a while and listen.
There are better builds to farm cows with, but if you just really want to play a barb, then that's fine. I think 1.09 was the version where running Pendleskin was like peak magic find. So a barb would be good for that.
I can't carry anymore.
But it might be that was 1.10. But I think it was 1.09. Let's go ahead and dump some of this junk. No, that's not junk. It probably had to be a 1.08 grandfather, and even then, some of those hacked swords were like super mega busted. Ith Balrog Blade is the one that I remember being worth more than grandfather. I do remember, this was funny, when I was like super mega noob. Saul. Okay, I don't craft the Saul rune. And I saw people like trading um, Ballista for one SOJ, right? And so I thought, oh, that's cool. I can get Ballista. And so I found a white
I
Ballista,
can't carry anymore.
and I created a game, you know, Ballista for SOJ. And when I put the white Ballista in the trade window, the other person was actually nice enough to explain to me, uh, hey, you know, when people say Ballista, they mean the unique one. Same thing for Shaco. I was like, oh, so much for my get rich quick scheme. Oh, okay.
Stay a while and listen.
So like Doombringer or whatever. Let's see how spooky this gets. So far it's not too bad.
I can't carry anymore.
Dang, that's all you dropped? Wow. Stingy.
Hello. Yes.
I think I eventually found Bariza from Mephisto. And then I went in cow runs with like no charms in my inventory and multi-shot and pretended I knew what I was doing. With like level 30 multi-shot or something.
I can't carry anymore. Good
Yeah.
day.
Just get that 1.07 ethereal cruel colossus blade of self-repair with 4 sockets. I kind of want a ethereal jeweler's monarch of self-repair, but I don't think I want it enough to actually um,
I am overburdened.
burn perfect gems on an ethereal monarch.
Stay a while and listen.
That, whoops, oh no. That would be the kind of thing that I only went for if this game was my full-time job. Then I would try to make items like that. Doing high council runs for 8 hours a day.
Good day.
Or any kind of run, really. What was that? Head cast rate. Nothing else. Alright, level 85. So I think once I finish this stash full of junk, I will take an intermission and spend a bit of time
I am overburdened.
running my wire fleece rack. To see if I can go ahead and get Gladiator's Bane.
I can't carry anymore.
I'm not certain, but I think the physical damage reduction
Hello.
applies before resists. Which includes amplified damage, which is a minus 100 to physical resist. If so, then Gladiator's Bane might be better than Shaft Stop for handling amplified damage. Yeah, but I think it's possible with 1.07 magic items with 4 sockets. You know, the lottery ticket items to beat lottery ticket rares. Excuse me. I think I'm probably just going Vitality at this point.
Stay a while and listen.
I hope so, because that's what I'm doing now. Skill tree. Let's see, that boosts resist, that boosts speed. Oof. Okay. I'll get them each to level 10 in the next 2 levels. I could go do Isual, but that would mess up my waypoints by activating Act 4. I can't have that. I heard a jewel. I'm always very careful with saying jewel to make sure I clearly pronounce the wool
I am overburdened.
so that it doesn't sound like something else.
Good day.
Oh, I think that might be maintenance.
Square footage, right? Yeah, no, no, only, okay, yeah, maybe, let me check, maybe Friday over, yeah, the children, okay? Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
All right. So that was easy. I guess the leak is fixed. He wasn't sure if he had fixed it or not, or if he needed a part. Um, and now they have to replace the drywall where he cut a hole in the ceiling, which he said he can do on Friday, which works well for me because I won't be home. So I won't have to hear it or anything.
Good day.
Yeah, magic swords can get higher damage than rares. Have I already been here? Sometimes I forget and I come back to the council after having already killed the council. Oof. Spooky. The magic weapons have access to uh, higher damage prefix. Don't know why I have that belt, but there it is. What am I looking at? Nothing? Yeah, nothing. Okay. Greetings. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's decent. Another maxer for a multi-shot Zon, where having lots of mana in the mana pool is beneficial. 19 maximum damage, 37 mana. Go ahead and take a picture of that one. Yeah, plus 60 for evisceration. Yeah, but the higher damage is prettier on my LCS screen than attack rating is. It's also prettier, like, here. And that matters. Slightly.
I am overburdened.
And it depends on your target as well.
I
Just
can't carry anymore.
as an example, if you are running Pendleskin, which nobody really does,
I am overburdened.
then you can use the 1.08 Ghoul Hide Vamp Bracers to get the attack rating that you need. Man, why wasn't the damage higher? I mean, it's still... Ugh. I really don't want this. So 18 all res and 7 maximum damage. That would be like having, what? 6 res, 2 max damage on a small turn. Yeah, I'll never use this. It's too bad. I think that's the most I've complained about an item in a while. An item that could have been better. Anyway, I need to gamble.
Hello.
Yeah, and the 1.07 Ghoul Hide does like bonus even more attack rating than the modern one. Okay, I'm looking for 4 circlets. To clear up some of this gold. Well, let's see. What am I using? 25 life, 34 light res. Faster run walk, 21 light res. That's 5 run walk. Maybe I could trade that out for that charm that I literally just said I would never use. Imagine getting rid of run walk on purpose. Let's see. Where would I even... Hmm. You know what? Forget it. Alright. I'll probably be on for a little while still. How long has it been? Just over an hour. I usually try to go at least 2 hours if I start a stream.
I can't carry anymore. Yes?
Fire resist 24, so that's perfect. 4 dexterity, I think that's also perfect. Not certain. Antler. Amulet. Muling off. And that'll be the end of Ital V. And next time I mule off, it will be into a stash called Ital U. Amazing naming conventions. $1,010. So once it reaches 1,000, then I start the next stash of junk. I don't. Let's see. I've been thinking about just going ahead and start a Patreon with no rewards and just put like recommended donation $1, and then you just type in however much you want to do. I've also been considering, especially if I start doing Lego videos, to make an Amazon wish list. Uh, it'll be a while before I'm monetized on YouTube, so I can't have a donation button directly that way. But I could probably make like either a PayPal or a crypto. Donation button.
I can't carry anymore.
You could also, this is going to be dumb, you could subscribe to me on Twitch even though I don't stream there. And then in 3 years, when I finally reach the minimum $50 to get the payout, then they would send me a check.
I am overburdened.
So the idea to do things like that has crossed my mind. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Good to see you.
Because I figure, especially if I don't really like talk about it much, it's not going to make anyone stop watching me. And if I don't put it, then you can't use it. So, might as well put it. Dang, Iron Maiden? That's rare. If you're one of my first 50 Patreons, you get the cool reward of nothing. That's right.
Hello.
That's right. Good streaming. God and Batman. Interesting. I don't know why, but I guess maybe the, like, seemingly unrelated topics there made me think of the Brick Testament, where, and I haven't looked this up in a very long time, they were
I am overburdened.
like recreating the Bible verse by verse with Legos.
Good day.
Were you running Frenzy in 1.07? Because I used to use a Frenzy Barb with maxed find item,
I can't
and
fight anymore.
because the clutter is so much, I made sure I had a map where like most half spawn here, and then I would fight them here and Hork, and then I would run up and fight the rest here in Hork, so I had like two big piles of loot. But ultimately, I think Whirlwind is more effective because of the improved chances for, uh, well, one, the offhand weapon doesn't have to have damage, and two, the better chance to proc amplify damage.
Good to see you.
I think it has better frames per attack, or at least it's easier to reach good frames per attack.
Greetings.
But I was running with, was it Baranar Star? 2x Baranar Star, I think. And so I had to use Berserk on physical immunes. And there's guaranteed at least one physical immune per run. And if it was 1.07, that's great because I love seeing, well, I say love, I like the idea of more people playing older versions. If it's modern, then I'm glad some of the information that I have was helpful. That's not what I meant to click. Okay, I see everything. There's nothing here. Let's pick up random trash.
Stay a while and listen.
If you like pressing lots of buttons, you can use this one. Is that it? Yeah, Battle Cry. And then you don't have to use ETH runes. It does overwrite amplify damage, but because it has the enemy negative defense, you wouldn't have to put an ETH rune in your weapon. But that's only if you like pressing buttons. Dang, fanaticism and might. Spooky. Oh yeah, I was going to... take an intermission to go do some racking to see if I can go ahead and get my Gladiator's Bane and test it out.
I am overburdened.
Let's go down here. Get rid of these items. Ashwood bow I look at. They drop very rarely. They have the chance to be a low-level dueling trophy. I think. Where is it? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different kind of bow.
Good to see you.
Or maybe God and Batman is a Bone Apple Tea version of Goddamn Batman. Alright, thank you, Jimbo. Hopefully I find something that I enjoy, rather than just something that's slightly interesting. With your luck.
Good day.
But I can definitely say that overall I am very happy with this new sword in my offhand. Less frequent repairs is very nice. Improved quality of life.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
You're gonna pick up something. Let's try that one again. Okay. So this is the new sword that I got the other day on stream. I shopped it from Larzuk. 3 combat skills, Flamberge of amplified damage. The amplified damage on attack does work with Whirlwind in 1.07. And then I immediately asked Larzuk for sockets, and he gave me 4, which is the maximum he's able to give me in 1.07. So then I put 2 cold resist and 2 light resist jewels with a few other mods on them that I wasn't particularly care about. Mostly I wanted the cold and light res. And so I have now 69 and maxed light res. Conviction does minus 140. The offhand damage is not used, so it being 9 to 15 damage does not matter. And then the durability is much higher than the previous weapon I was using, which had 26, and this has 50. So I have to repair less often. The other weapon I have is this one. Let's see. The demon enhanced damage is from the 2 pull runes. Minus 25% target defense from the Eth rune sets the monster's defense to a negative value. So they're very easy to hit. The 326% enhanced damage was all from the craft roll, and the 40 increased attack speed was also from the craft roll.
Hello.
I generally briefly mouse over all of my gear at the beginning of, I'll say every video, but it didn't start at the beginning. I started after someone asked for it. So all of the relatively recent videos. Including live streams. I'll mouse over my items and charms.
am overburdened.
And I've played a lot of these older versions, so some of my gear is pretty good.
I can't carry anymore.
It can always be better, of course, but some of it is quite good. Like this one, 11 maximum damage, small charm, a perfect roll would have been 12.
Stay a while and listen.
I consider that quite good. I also have a playlist. Let's see, it's called Road to 5,000 1.07 High Council runs or something like that. It starts with Road 2. And in there I show various drops, and so you'll see some of the items that I thought were worth keeping, but that I don't actually have equipped. And then also, when I remember at the end of a stream, I'll go back and show the most interesting items that dropped or were purchased in that stream. Because people ask for that. And if I were a viewer, that's what I would be most interested in. So it makes sense for me to go ahead and show that. What are you wearing and what did you find? Basically what I would care about. If you are unfamiliar with 1.07, then the other... Oh, I can't see everything. It's there. I think I see it all now. Do I see full helm somewhere? Yes. Okay. Sometimes the clutter is a bit too cluttered and I can't see everything. If you're unfamiliar with 1.07, probably the two other interesting items that I have or that I'm wearing are this glove with 25% lifesteal, which is a bugged crafting recipe. If it rolls lifesteal as an affix, then the lifesteal from the affix and the lifesteal from the craft and the plus life from the craft all become lifesteal. And then this 37 mana after each kill ring, which is a lot of mana after each kill. Yeah, I have a weapon. Let's see if I can find it. That I'm going to be switching to at some point. This one. It has lower damage, 243, but and it has no attack speed built in, so I'd have to give it 2 Shea runes. But it has 23 lifesteal, and so when I get laying of hands, I can switch to this, and it will improve my damage output without really reducing my lifesteal. And these items work, you can make them in 1.07, and then if you forward your character to a later version, the items still work. They remain unchanged, for the most part. There are some items that do change, but generally they remain unchanged. Choking gas, I didn't want that.
I can't carry anymore.
if you decide you want to play 1.07, then one of the most important things you can know while questing is that you can buy full rejuvenation potions. As long as you have one in your belt, then when you shift right click from the vendor, it will fill your belt. 434, that's pretty good. Steel of quality. It's too bad it wasn't steel of maiming, but still, that's pretty good. Into the never use bin. Two away from perfect on the attack rating, and I guess technically 2 away from perfect on the... Ooh, that's spooky. Well, we'll see how this sword is doing. Seems to work. The bonus resistance appears to have helped.
I am overburdened.
I feel like I was saying something and I didn't finish, but I don't know what it was. Typical.
I can't carry anymore.
I got distracted by the conviction aura.
Greetings.
Anyway, I have a Terror rune, so I need to craft a heavy glove. Let's just go this way first.
Good day.
Another interesting aspect of 1.07 is, let's see, 14? No, I don't keep that. Is the fast run walk from items is linear rather than diminishing returns. So you can run really fast.
Hello.
No good. There's literally nothing on here. Low roll, crushing blow, no bug life leech, no skills, no attack speed, no stats. Let's see here. Amulet. I thought there was a lion helm, but I guess I already grabbed it. Perfect skull. I always try to keep a flawless skull in my inventory so that when I see a gem shrine I can make a perfect skull. I think the life leech on gloves can go up to 33. Life leech on weapons can go like above 50. But that might be with Omn runes in it. I'm not sure. Grand Charm. I pick all of the gems as consumables. Every color, every size is a consumable at some point for making busted items.
Hello.
Hello. And in the when I highlight my items, like at the beginning of a video, I go slower than what I just did, but I don't really explain them. But in the playlist with like Road to 5,000 Travancore runs, I do kind of explain the items a little bit. Yeah, it continues. I have what, 2,945 to go. About 139.5 hours. No, that's not true. 89.5 hours. It's going to be 150 hours total, approximately.
I can't carry anymore.
Based on current rate. Oh, it's ethereal. Razor bow. And that's it.
I
Okay.
can't carry anymore. Greetings.
All resist +5 to dexterity. The resistance could have been 6. So, not a perfect roll. That will never get used. Didn't even get a screenshot. Wow. Can't the suffix get up to 35 magic find on the amulets? I think so. Oil potion. Double sapphire. Sapphire, of course, being my favorite consumable.
I can't carry anymore. Yes.
Nothing left.
Yes.
I'm going to need to go gamble for circlets again.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay.
I am overburdened.
Ring. This. Let's make sure there's nothing on the floor. Then go gamble.
Hello.
Go Ed gamble. winner of Taskmaster. C1. Actually, I haven't watched Taskmaster in a while. Being unable to find season 2 of the Australian Taskmaster, I guess kind of just ended it for me. 2. Oops, I missed 1. 3. 4.
Good day.
I liked the Australian Taskmaster. I didn't really like the New Zealand version. Razor bow.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, you actually can't carry that.
Stay a while and listen.
No, no. If I remember, when I mule off, then I will run my wire fleece rack until I decide I'm done for the day. Let's pick that. Okay, I see everything. Spirit mask. That's what I came back for. I don't particularly enjoy rack running, so probably won't do it for very long.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Okay, Grand Charm, Grand Charm.
Good to see you.
Bummer. I feel like both of those Grand Charms were kind of near misses, but only kind of.
Greetings.
Drop me a flawless skull, please. I would settle for a regular skull.
I am overburdened.
Ring, arrows, arrows. bows, arrows. I don't need perfect amethysts because using my consumables and for modern versions of caster amulets is not really something that I intend to do. So I'd rather have a chipped gem of any color if I don't have a flawless skull in my inventory. Light plate. Let's go look at that and then throw it away. Very few mods. It's useful, sort of, for a sorceress in Classic, but this is not Classic. And I don't play sorceress anyway. Maybe also useful for a hammered in because of the mana regen, but I feel like if you really needed it, then you could just put points into meditation. Okay, muling off. 60 hours and 45 minutes on the run counter, and then I'm going to do a bit of rack running. I tell you, well, there's one item in here already. What is it? Why is there an item in this? Exploding potion. Okay. And I need a flawless skull. Here. Let's go ahead and look at the pelt while I'm here.
Welcome to the
Trade. No pelt. Is your inventory full? No. It is empty. Wrong waypoint. Let's see what time it is on here. 1:52. So I'll do this for a while, but not super long. No run counter on it. Gonna make a slightly more effort to go ahead and finish this rack until it finishes. Gives me the unique because my barbarian is level 85 now, so he can wear Gladiator's Bane. Welcome back. Doing a little bit of racking to hopefully, if I'm lucky, go ahead and get Gladiator's Bane. If I'm not lucky, then just kind of progress on this rack so that I can finish it and move on to the next one. And because my barbarian is level 85 now, he can wear it and test it out and see if it's better than Shaft Stop or not. I think it will be. Did I find something? Probably. Nothing amazing. Let's see. Meow. Screenshots. This folder is too big. What's this? Okay. Meow. I found 5 all res, 2 dexterity small charm. The res could have been 6. I found 4 maximum damage, 34 attack rating, small charm. The attack rating could be 36, the maximum damage could be 6. It could also, wait, no it couldn't. I found fire res 24, 4 dexterity large charm, which I think is max roll on both, but probably not super useful. I found 7 maximum damage, 18 all res grand charm. This could have been 20/20 in theory, which would have been super busted. That's probably would be one of my favorite charms. Maybe my favorite after 40 maximum damage would be a 20/20 res max. This 19 maximum damage, 37 mana grand charm. I'll show them again before I cut stream. In 10 to 20 minutes probably. That way it's right at the end for people who just want to click to the end of the VOD to see what I found. Benny Hill, I'm not running fast enough for Benny Hill. I did see years ago, back when I played in 2010-ish, someone made a Necromancer and they ran various zones to the Trololo song. Trololololololololololol, that one. And it was a dim vision Necromancer with like level 40 dim vision. And so he would just cast dim vision and run around through monsters that aren't attacking him. And killing nothing. Just to make a funny video. I think that was OMG, but it might have been Nagi. Old forum users who are no longer active. And haven't been for some time. Actually, most old forum users aren't active. One of my biggest fears when doing rack runs is that I will save and exit without grabbing a unique that spawns. I think I might have done that like once or twice ever. That was a mistake. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything weird running. So I'm doing Control Alt Delete Task Manager. Select Diablo 2. Pick End Task. And then hope that it didn't break my install. See, I think it's like somewhere right about there. Yeah, that's right. This rack is always wire fleece. So hitting Control Alt Delete, selecting Diablo 2, and picking End Task means that the game did not save when I entered Nightmare, so I did not lose my map. If I cast a summon of any type, then it will be Loricated Mail instead. If I take a different route to the rack, then it will be, in this case, Chain Gloves. But the item base that drops is strongly affected by seed. And so in some of the older versions where it was very strong, you can drop the same base basically every time. Some racks are more stable than others. This one always drops wire fleece for me. Sometimes it's like, you know, if a different monster spawns, then maybe it drops a different base, but this one is like super stable. So it always drops wire fleece. Typically you want a rack with no monsters that spawn, because monster spawning can affect which base drops. And this is how you would get ethereal weapons for modern runewords with the bonus enhanced damage, particularly for mercenaries, with like a Thresher rack or a Colossus Volib rack or whatever your favorite Act 2 mercenary base is. And if you just really love touching racks forever, then you could get one with Runic Talons or Feral Claws or Feral Talons or whatever it's called. And run that forever to get bases for your Claw runewords. For I guess like 3 Lightning Sentry, 3 Mind Blast, 3 something else. I don't even know what. I don't know what Assassin's like. But I can run this rack, and I have a. Each time I touch it, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance that I get Gladiator's Bane. When I used to do rack running, I did it as part of lower Kurast runs, and so I would have done like this. Touch the rack, touch the super chests. Oh, look at that. Touch the other various poppables. Bring 4x4 of keys with me. Or maybe it was just 2x4 of keys. And then generally the keys replenish slightly faster than you use them up. On Players 1, the super chests can drop. They have 1 low rune and 2 Vex runes. They might have a Gull rune? Maybe. But now I know that the Travancore is a much better source of charms, consumables, and runes, so I don't run lower Kurast anymore. So when I do run a rack, it's only for the item on the rack. The other interesting application of racks in 1.07 is when you find a circlet rack, or coronet, or diadem, or any circlet base. They always spawn at least magic. There are no white circlets. So it's similar to gambling circlets, but without having to do the gold find first. Somewhere I have a screenshot demonstrating how many circlets I tried to rack, because I would keep every copy of Naj circlet that I had, and I have a stash with 66 of Naj's circlet. And the set is 1 in 200, so whatever 66 times 200 is how many times I touched that rack. Approximately. Or maybe it's 1 in 100 for a set, but I think it's 200. If it's 100, then it was 6,600 touches. And if it's 200, then it was 13,200 touches. Either way, it's kind of a lot of chances to get a nice magic circlet, and I think I got 0 useful 320 circlets. Maybe 1. And also 0 useful rare circlets. And everything that this Amazon is wearing is just fast run walk related. So nothing really super interesting. A bunch of 3% fast run walk small charms, Trang armor, Navina belt, some sort of 40 fast run walk boot. Probably Natalia? No, Sander. 30 fast run walk circlet and 30 fast run walk amulet. I'm missing the 10 fast run walk weapon, and I'm missing being a paladin or a barbarian or an assassin who have fast run walk skills that they can apply to further boost their run walk. But once you get up around 300, it can become kind of difficult to control the character. And I think, if I remember correctly, I made a paladin that could outrun a sorceress that was teleporting, not TC, just regular teleporting, like in the corner, with 105 cast rate breakpoint. And the paladin ran faster. Of course, the sorceress can move through obstacles, and the paladin could not. And if you're playing self-multiplayer, then you're very likely to run into lag walls. You just move too fast for the computer for your network to keep up. I don't know, maybe a modern computer might be able to. Ow. This is also, if you don't have the gear for gold find, this is a way that you could generate gold by picking an armor base that always sells for 25,000, like Wire Fleece, and then running it. Obviously, a gold find character would be more efficient. And this is racking is a process that only works in single player because it has to be a static map. If you change your map, you change your rack, you change what drops. So if you only play online, then you can't do this. So I think I'll do about 5 more minutes, and then I will once again show the items that I kept from today's drops, and then finish. Go eat dinner. Maybe read a book or some other thing that I consider to be good besides YouTube. Hello, SS. Maybe I shouldn't call you that. Like, every time I say, this is the one that really gets me. Every time I say cast rate, if you remove that white space, it's something completely different. It's like, no, I'm not saying cast rate, I'm saying cast rate. Yeah. I like my cast rate really fast, man. Yeah. Yeah, I finished, well, I reached level 85 on my barbarian. And so then, you know, this guy. So then when I remembered the next time that I muled off, which I think was like 2 or 3 times later, I'm going to focus on trying to get Gladiator's Bane out of this rack so that I can try it out on him and see if I like it better than Shaft Stop. And if I do, then I'll put a socket in it and probably put an rune. I figure I'll try it close to his level up point. That way if he ends up dying several times, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. And then if I do find the Gladiator's Bane, which in theory is inevitable, not necessarily today, then I would probably make a video for the Time Traveler's Infinite Grind playlist, which is mostly like how-to videos, demonstrating how I would look for a rack with an Amazon, but a lot of it kind of the information can be used on various characters. I'm using an Amazon because I was trying Lightning Fury. I didn't like it, so then I took all of her equipment off, stuffed her full of fast run walk, and now I have a rack runner. And I don't have many high level characters. What do I read? Lately nothing, but the series that I like to read is this one. Let's see. I think it's Steven Erikson and Ian S. Lamont. I think those are the authors. That's my favorite series. in fantasy. Some of the complaints that people will have about it is power creep of the characters and also too many named characters that don't need to be. And both of those are valid complaints about the series in general. I read fantasy, I read science fiction, and then sometimes I read like I'll say inspirational literature. So like self-help books, but not like healing crystals. And there's a lot of fake and scammy stuff in that genre, so you have to be really careful what you pick. What's a book? So like Lameson's Tome. It gives you 5 attributes, especially energy.
Yes.
And imagine if books gave you energy. That would be weird. Historical fiction. I think the only thing that I know of that I read that was historical fiction was Clan of the Cave Bear, and eventually it stopped being historical fiction and started being erotica. And so then I stopped reading it. Obsolete? No. So in single player, when you use the same map without re-rolling your map, the rack is strongly affected by the seed. So if you take the same path to the rack and the same monsters spawn, then the same item base will drop. Some racks are more strongly seeded than others. This one is extremely strong. It always drops Wire Fleece no matter what monsters spawn nearby. I can even take slightly different routes to the rack. But this is definitely a single player only thing, and it has to do with your map seed. If I re-roll to a new map, then I won't get Wire Fleece anymore. I would get some other item. So like this guy, if he goes to Lower Kurast, and he runs his armor rack right here, it always drops a Corona. And so in version 1.07, I have a 1 in 1,000 chance of dropping a unique from a rack, and so I run this one over and over until I get the Gladiator's Bane unique Wire Fleece, or until I decide that I've had enough for the day, and then I'll try again next time. Some things that you can do to affect the drop besides taking a different path, oh, I don't have one, is taking a different amount of time. Also summoning creatures, so like a Valkyrie or a Hydra. Each Hydra head counts as 1 summon. Oh, that didn't even work. Sometimes a town portal can tick a rack. Let's see. Grimward does not tick a rack. Shadowmaster does. Any Necromancer summon does. Traps do. And by tick, I mean I made a summon. Now it's not Wire Fleece. Now it's Loricated Mail. So if I always summon one Valkyrie before touching the rack, then it will always drop Loricated Mail. Yeah, she has like 250 linear fast run walk, maybe 200. You can go faster. There's a sword that does 10, and then of course the assassin, the paladin, and the barbarian all have skills that can additionally boost your run walk without having to attack monsters first. She runs quickly enough that it's worth using town in Act 3 rather than trying to go to Act 4. Which is good enough for me, especially because I did not intend for her to be a rack runner when I first made her. If I were going to do that, I would probably use either a barbarian or a sorceress. But probably a barbarian, and I would only accept racks that were extremely close to the waypoint, like this guy. He has a rack that's very close to the waypoint, and so if he was running as fast as that Amazon, and he was only running to here, it does not take long. So there's no real need for teleport or telekinesis. So while in theory the sorceress is the best rack runner, in practice it's not really needed. Someone with really high fast run walk and fast run walk skills is good enough. When I, sometime soon in the future, oh, I forgot to identify this. I wonder if this is going to mess up my rack. I'll make a video about racking in 1.07, but that would be, yeah, it did mess up my rack. That would be after finding Gladiator's Bane, so not today. And like all of my videos, it will be unscripted, and there will be no summary. I'll just be like saying whatever comes to mind about racking in the order that it comes to my mind, while demonstrating it. Like how to generate a good map, what do I look for in a good map, the difference between the various classes. I might even wait until after I rush some characters through hell. 1.07 has items in it that are not supposed to exist. Notably, charms with too much resistances and charms with too much maximum damage, but also all kinds of other things. Rings with up to 37 mana after each kill, crafted weapons, gloves, rings, and amulets with up to or more than 30% life leech, various quote-unquote 1.08 uniques, which were generally the same in 1.07, like 08 Valor or 08 Shaco, etc. Larzuk giving too many sockets to magic items with his socket reward quest. Up to 3 on helmets, up to 4 on various weapons. Of course, linear fast run walk is always fun. I said I was going to do 5 minutes like 16 minutes ago. Nice. Trying to think some Interesting mechanics versus monsters, like Crushing Blow working versus physical immunes. Uh, Better game experience. Different, interesting items to hunt for. I'll say it like that. An alternate version of the infinite end game grind. So like instead of trying to grail and find, a perfectly rolled grief and gamble a nice rare circlet and craft caster amulets with 220, the kinds of things that you kind of associate with end game. Oh boy. In modern versions. Oh, that's weird. I have a whole different set of items that I can look for. And when forwarded to modern versions, they still work. So I'm specifically trying to find some items to make a Hurricane Druid that is totally busted and shouldn't be able to exist in 1.14. So that I can teleport around the maggot lair and the ancient tunnels and watch things die while I wait without pressing buttons. I'll say yes. The word bug is overused, and I don't know, was it intentional or accidental that Larzuk gave a different amount of sockets. By conventional and colloquial use of the word bug, yes, it's a bug. He gives too many sockets. Dobrunsky video, that is correct. Like 6 years ago? Maybe more now. Let's see, I think it was pre-COVID. Well, 6 years was pre-COVID, so that checks out. So I've been at this for a while. Recording and streaming my gameplay has actually kind of increased the amount that I play. Oh man, I don't know. You might just try searching his channel for the word hurricane and see if it comes up, or maggot lair and see if that comes up. But he doesn't use time-traveled items, so I will be, and so hopefully mine is more effective than his was. Because I think he was still using Tornado to kill some of the unique mobs, and I don't want to be casting Tornado, ideally. That's probably the one, yeah. It's about the right time, 5 years ago, seems right.
Good to see you.
Oh, he had a build breakdown video, which was not a stream. But the stream is probably the same druid. I didn't watch a stream. I just watched like a build write-up video. That's probably the one, yeah.
Stay a while and listen.
That seems right. Only 4 years ago. Yeah, that seems right. Alright, I'm going to try putting a time limit on this again and say in 2 minutes, which puts me at 6:10 p.m. What does it put me here? 2:36. Then I'll re-show the items that I kept and took screenshots of for this Travenclaw runs and go eat dinner and work on something else. Definitely having chat really reduces the boringness for me, or the tedium of rack running by quite a bit. Some of the other things I don't mind doing, I could do forever on my own in silence. But this is not one of those things. And so showing items at the end of the video is something that a user or a viewer asked me for, and so I started doing it. Today, someone asked me for a donation link, so I'll be looking into setting up various ways that you can give me money. Or at least one way. Soon, TM. Alright, last run. Surely this will be the gladiator's bane. No. So here's the first item that I took a screenshot of today. This, I'm going to call it a Boson Maxer because of the mana and the, if used with multi-shot, then the mana pool wants to be very large. So you have 19 maximum damage, 37 mana Grand Charm. I kept this one. I was very unhappy with it, but I kept it anyway. 7 maximum damage, 18 all resistances, Grand Charm. The maximum damage could have been up to 20, and the all resistances as well could have been up to 20. The all resistance prefix on charms is very, very rare. This 4 dexterity, 24 fire resist large charm, perfect roll, but not terribly useful in my opinion, even at level 27. Maybe, no, level 27 you're already past the summoner. Well, maybe in Act 3 versus the Flayer Inferno? Maybe. This 4 maximum damage, 34 attack rating, small charm. The damage could have been 6, the attack rating could have been 36. I'm very happy with the attack rating, but the damage I would have liked higher. This all resist 5 and 2 dexterity, small charm. The resist could have been 6 and 1.07, so 1 away from perfect. Still pretty nice, but probably I don't use it, but maybe I do someday. Okay, and that's a graph. That was probably 27 mana and cast rate, or maybe gold find. The one that I wear on my barbarian is 37 mana after each kill, which is the maximum roll. It ranges from 7 to 37 mana after each kill, or 1 if you're not using the bugged Herodic Cube recipe. But yeah, definitely, you know, finding the old OP items is a big part of why I enjoy the old versions. Supposedly, I have a stream tomorrow no matter what, because it's Wednesday. So I'll try to make that happen. Most likely, I'll either be shopping pelts or running this rack, or a bit of both. And then we'll see whether I post a video or not. Thank you for watching.